션에 오신 것을 환영합니다. 이 게임을 플레이하려면 디스크를 삽입하세요. PS MLB-25 새 알림 마이크 음소 꺼짐 새 알림 두알산스 무선 컨트롤러가 연결되었습니다. 배터리 완전히 충전됨 전원에 연결됨.
Hey everyone, it's Boog Shambi. Welcome to the show. From Vince Scully Avenue, welcome to Dodger Stadium. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go now. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
George Springer, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
And the 1-0.
Ball.
Right through there for a strike.
Ball inside. All right, Dodgers.
And that's in for a strike. And the count is filled up.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Bichette, multi-time All-Star, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2016. That one at the knees for a strike.
And that's a great take right there. Even though it's a strike, with the situation, runner on first base, you want to keep the ball off the ground. And you swing at that pitch, most likely you roll into a double play.
Come on, Showtime.
And a swing and a miss.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Springer at first, one gone. Next offering is fouled back.
Hey, double him up. Get her.
Springer on the run. There's a ball. Throw to second. Save. Little chopper rolls foul. 1 out and a runner at second. And it remains 2-2.
Come on, punch him out.
Whoa, over his head to the backstop. Smith gathers, throws, and it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Definitely a strikeout situation right there, and he got it. You do not want him to put the ball in play and want to strand that runner at third. Now all he needs is one more out to get it. Doesn't have to be a strikeout this time since now they're 2 outs.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident, and there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
There's a swing and a drive. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well done. Drives in the run. Against good pitchers, you got to take advantage of the mistakes. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't miss a stitch.
So, runner at second, 2 down. And now to the plate, here's the Toronto DH, Will Wagner. In the dirt, but kept close.
0-1's the count.
Two outs and 1 in scoring position. Outside corner for a strike.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
And that one almost hit him.
2 strikes.
Two outs. Got him swinging. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Kevin Gausman.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Ripped to short. Fires over to Guerrero. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting second, center fielder,
Here's the Dodgers lineup now.
Tommy
Already trailing by a run in this one. They'll be looking to get on the scoreboard early on as well.
Well, it's just the 1 run, so not too big a hill to climb. But, yeah, if they can answer back in this inning or at least in the next couple, that'll maybe settle everyone into this ball game, and that includes their own starter on the mound.
And here comes Tommy Edman. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
One out, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Springer sizes this one up, drops into the glove, and there are two down.
Batting third, first baseman, Freddie.
There's Freddie Freeman down. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. First pitch misses. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Come on, Freddie.
That one hit to right.
Come on.
Springer there makes the catch, and that is that. And we're back.
Leading
All
off
set
for
for the start of the
Toronto,
inning.
catcher
And now the catcher
Alejandro
comes up to
Kirk.
hit. Alejandro Kirk. Ohtani back to work.
Hey. 0-1's the count.
Went with
One
the
ball, one
sweeper,
strike.
but it misses. Next offering is down low.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sit him down.
And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Here's Andres Jimenez. Outside low, 1-0. That one the other way, hauls it in for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. When you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Ernie Clement stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. 2 out, space is empty. And that skips in the dirt.
Go back home, Blue Jays. Fly home.
That's a strike.
Puts it in the air out towards left center.
There you go.
That's right.
Makes the play, and it's out number 3. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom half of inning number 2, and now Teoscar Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Go Dodgers.
In for a strike, 0-1. Gosman, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a splitter, a slider, and he works in a sinker. Strike 2. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
0-2 now. He goes down looking.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough, to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Will Smith to the plate. First round pick out of Louisville in 2016. Now one missed.
Counts 1-0.
One down, base is empty. Two balls, no strikes to count. Almost got him. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. And that finds the mark on the outside corner. And the count is 3-1. And there's ball 4. And that's their first base runner of the game.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Here comes Max Muncy. And that one fouled off. And a pitch. Swing and a high fly ball right field. And that is Springer. And there's 2 away.
Batting 7th, right fielder, Andy Pajes.
And now the right fielder, Andy Pajes. He has consistently been one of the best in the sport against lefties, and yet the righties give him trouble. You know, you don't want to be labeled as that guy, but the numbers say what they say. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
Well, he's a good player, but if he wants to be great, he's going to have to figure it out against right-handed pitchers. There's so many right-handers in the game that you're going to see them one after another. So you would imagine with that many looks, Boog, that the adjustment's got to be coming soon.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ground ball right side. Jimenez throw to first. And that will end the inning. So the Dodgers leave 1. They trail here 1-0. New inning getting started. And now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. And the right-hander back to work. Just
No
missed.
touchdown. Ball inside.
Inside, just missed. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So the lineup flips over, and it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. A walk and a run scored his first time. That one misses. That's 5 straight. Runner at first with no outs here. 6 straight outside the strike zone. Foul ball there. The 2-1 runner on the go. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So up next, Bo Bichette. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. squirts away a little bit. Lucas leads off first with one away. Runner on the go. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Pages makes the catch. 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander at the plate. 0 for 1 so far.
Let's go, LA!
That's in there.
Let's go, LA!
That's a ball. Go back to Toronto, Blue Jays.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Hit hard on the ground is short. They get the force, and that'll do it. 1 left for Toronto, but they lead it 1-0. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the inning, leading off, Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
And a base hit right there. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Next to hit, Hesung Kim. Check swing, and he held up.
Ball 1, no strike.
On the ground right side, and that one handled on the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out.
Now batting, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie now. Grounded out his first time up.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball.
1-1.
On the ground to third. Mookie retired 2 down.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Tommy Edman at the plate.
Batting, center fielder Tommy Edman.
And that drops in for a strike.
Now, this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
And that
Outside, that's the
misses.
ball.
And now it's even 1-1. And that one is inside.
Ball 2.
Line drive. In plenty of time to first, and they get Edman for the out. That ends the inning. 1 left for LA. They're down 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Vladdy measures 6 feet 2 inches, 245 pounds, and he's a former All-Star Game MVP. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. That one ripped, but foul. That's off the
Ball
mark. Ball 2.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
Well, you got to find a way to catch up to that pitch. Perhaps shorten the swing, eliminate the stride. That one came in hot, but right down the middle, you're saying to yourself, how did I miss that pitch? Got to make a quick adjustment.
2-2 now. And that's down and away. In the air, left field. Brings it in. And there's one away. And now the DH, Will Wagner. Struck out swinging his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4.
Get out of here, Blue Jays.
And a swing and a miss.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Let's go, Blue.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one's deep.
Oh, come on.
And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Kirk takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. He was late there, strike 1.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
And that one is lifted in the air. Pages drops steps, heads back on it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Next to the dish is Freddie.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
All right, Dodgers.
Freeman hits it in the air, and that is Springer. He's there. He's got it. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He's 0 for 1.
All right, Los Angeles.
Ball 1, no strikes.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Check swing, and that's a ball.
We got 2 balls.
Home team
1
down
strike.
a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is fouled back. Got him. And there's 2 down.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
The batter now will be Will Smith. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate.
All right, Dodgers.
That one misses. Ball 1.
Batter, come on.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Kirk makes the play, and that'll do it. Dodgers go down quietly, and it remains 1-0. We go to the top of the fifth. Here's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Strike two.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
That's a ball.
Inside. And the count is 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
The next pitch
Three balls,
misses,
2 strikes.
and that's ball 3.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Struck him out looking.
Now batting.
So digging in, Ernie Clement. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. First pitch swinging.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go.
That
One
misses
ball,
the zone,
2 strikes.
and it's 1-2.
That's right, LA. Swing.
Stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more
Now batting,
fastballs in
center
that
fielder,
location.
Nico
Hitters,
Lopez.
especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Lucas in the box now. No balls and a strike. That one
One
not
ball, 1
close. And the count even 1-1.
Come on, Los Angeles.
That's in. Ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Come on, Dodgers.
Fouled off left side. Out to short. Betts
Let's go.
gets it to first. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, but they're on top 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and now it's Max Muncy.
Third baseman, Max Muncy.
All right, Dodgers.
Gosman back to work. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Let's go, LA.
And ball 1. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Los Angeles.
That's ball 2.
That's a really good take.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Gloves it on the dive, throw to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Oh, that is such a tough play, but they make it look easy. They slow the game down. That diving stop right there, it's only part of the equation. Then you got to collect yourself, get up, make a good throw, and you got to get it there in time. That's the toughest part, especially when it's got to be on the money.
Digging in, Andy Pajes.
Go Dodgers!
And there's a foul ball. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going. The Dodgers down by a run, last half of inning number 5. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And George makes the grab.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Michael Conforto will climb in. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Let's go Dodgers!
Just off the inside edge. Foul ball.
Let's go, Dodgers!
And that's through there for a strike. And a count 1-2.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
That one is
Oh, that pitch is
upstairs.
up.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Still behind by a count of 1-0. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Michael Grove.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Back to the top of the lineup at the plate. George Springer. He is struck out and he is walked. That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch. Activity in the bullpen. Alex Vesia preparing to come on if needed. Lifted in the air, right field. Pajes hauls it in, and there's one away.
Now batting, shortstop.
Now it's
Bo
the
Bichette.
shortstop, Bo Bichette. 0 for 2 in this one. That's in there. Strike 1. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. On the ground to first,
Come on, come on!
and Bichette is retired.
There you go, that's how you do it, come on!
Now batting, left fielder Anthony Santander.
And now the big-time power threat, Anthony Santander. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
That clips a corner.
0-1.
Swing now!
And a swing and a miss there.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Nothing doing here this half. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Ha-Seong Kim.
Ha-Seong
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Fouled off. He was late. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Mookie Betts now. Has grounded out a couple of times. And foul ball. Home team down a run here in the bottom of the 6th. And a foul ball. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder. Tommy.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. That's off the inside corner. Ball 1.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Swings through that.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Up the middle, and there's a hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Back-to-back singles. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Double play ball to second. Over to Bichette. Relay to Guerrero in time, inning-ending double play.
Well, the second baseman made that one look easy. Great feed to the shortstop. Shortstop completes the play. They get out of a jam, and they end the inning.
And we're back. Top of inning number 7. And now the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Right through there for a strike. Grove, 28 years old. He's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in West Virginia. Just missed.
Good fastball there. I think it was a purpose pitch. Just want to make that hitter's feet uncomfortable, and that location will definitely do it.
Called strike right there. That's ripped. Base hit. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
All over that one right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And now for the Jays, Will Wagner. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Let's turn 2.
Line to left, and that's just foul.
Sit him down.
Gonna count 1 and 2.
2 strikes.
Finish him.
And that's a strikeout looking. Called strike 3 on a fastball up in the zone. In steps the man they call Captain Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk.
Get you. Get you.
Fouled off down the right side. Guerrero stands at first with 1 out. That one lifted to left. Hernandez makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. Now it's the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Andres
He's
Jimenez.
someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Grove checks over to first, and he's back. Slapped foul.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Strike him out.
2 outs. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Strike.
Foul ball still 0-2.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in, wanted to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
Sit him down.
And down on strikes he goes. That K is his 3rd of the game. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here in LA, set for the last half of the 7th. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with 1 swing here.
And that one fouled off.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
Looking to get the tying run on base. And that one popped in the air left field. Puts it away for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. First pitch, and he just misses.
Come on, Dodgers.
There's a swing and a miss.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
The 1-1 just missed.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
And that is out of play. Max Muncy in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. in there, got him looking, and that one split the plate.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Muncy digs in. Ball one there.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
That misses. Now 2-0. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Jimmy Garcia up and loosening in the pen. Little, a left-hander, also throwing.
Ball in.
Andy Pajes in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here.
Let's go, Blue.
And the tying run is on base.
Well, he's starting to look a little gassed to me, and we'll see if they go to the bullpen in this spot or not.
Right fielder.
So 2 down, and next for LA, Andy Pajes.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps, give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Fires over to Guerrero, and that is the inning. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Dodgers nothing.
Now pitching.
Welcome
for the
back, and a
Dodgers.
new arm on the mound to start the
Number
8th.
49.
Blake Trinan.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Third baseman, Ernie
Well,
Clement.
1-run game, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. On the ground at first. He'll do it himself. 1 up, 1 down. Here's the center fielder, Nathan Lucas.
Put them away right here.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
0-2.
One down, base is empty. Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. And the batter is George Springer.
Right fielder, George Springer.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And it's fouled away. The 1-1 is fouled off.
All right, Dodgers.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Pajes on his way in. He's got it. And that is out number 3.
Now pitching for
Back
Toronto.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
Jimmy Garcia.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
And here is Michael Conforto, 1 for 2.
Come
Conforto.
on, Dodgers, let's go.
That one's in there, and that's strike 1. Swings and misses, went with the sweeper.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down one, any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
Here's the second baseman, Hae-Sung Kim. First offering, and it just misses. Holding on to a one-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning.
That's right, LA.
1-1.
Come on, Dodgers!
And there's a ball.
Hey, you got this.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Here's Mookie now.
All right, Dodgers.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Gets to it on to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Trinan back to work. Right through there for a strike. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Alex Vesia, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Kopech also throwing. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Caught him looking for the K. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That one misses, and that is ball 1. And a foul ball. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Next offering is fouled back.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Guerrero stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
Now you get to this part of the order. Yeah, there's some pop there, but more likely there's some base hits. So very important to be patient. Let the pitcher walk you if he will.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 3.
3-0.
And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
3-2.
The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Wagner stands in now, looks at that one inside. Next pitch is downstairs.
Let's go, Dodgers.
And another ball.
At this point in the game, you cannot issue free passes. He's going to have to challenge this hitter. Hitter's got to be ready to swing it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Take your base.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 0 for 3 in this one. And the sweeper is off the plate.
Well, he's already in some trouble, and falling behind in the count makes it even worse. Then you've got to throw the ball over more of the plate, and that's where they can really do damage.
They take the force out. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. 2 left on. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Blue Jays 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Jeff Hoffman. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Now it's going to be Tommy Edman, 1 for 3.
Center fielder, Tommy Edman.
Go Dodgers!
That's a hit. And the tying run is on base here in the bottom of the 9th.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That can be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
No outs, runner at first. And here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. First pitch just misses.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Go LA! Come on LA!
1-run game, bottom 9. And it's even up.
I got a ball, 1 strike. Come on, Dodgers.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Squeezes it, and there's 1 down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
He's 2 outs away. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. A little bit low,
That's a ball.
and it's 1-0.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Check on the runner, and he dives back in safely. Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the 9th. And another ball.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
That one misses. And now 3-0. Will Smith in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That's in there. And now 3-1.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Ball 4, he walked in, and that'll keep the line moving.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way off.
Bottom of the ninth, 1-run game, 2 on. And up next for Los Angeles, Will Smith. That one a little bit high, and that's ball 1. And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Puts it away for the out.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Now batting third baseman, Max Muncy.
So they're down to their final out. Max Muncy will hit next. Trying to deliver as the hero. And that's off the outside edge. 1-0.
Well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. I mean, you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
A 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps
Hit to right, and that ought to do it.
Are you kidding me?
And he's got it. Ball game. And the Blue Jays claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitchers, really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has interleague action for you this afternoon. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers.
And now,
First pitch coming your way next.
your Los Angeles Dodgers.
Just about ready to go. On the hill here today, Shohei Ohtani.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go. And now for the Jays, George Springer. And that's way high. And we're underway. That one's in there. And 1-1. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
Ball 3.
That one fouled off. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Strike him out.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun. Ohtani in his 8th season, 30 years old now. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Springer gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Now 1-1.
Outside.
And that's too high.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a big swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one gone.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Anthony Santander at the plate. In there at the knees. And it's 0-1.
Let's go, Showtime.
That one
Ball
missed. Check swing,
that's
no appeal. 2-1. Man at first, one away. Springer on the run. Pitch outside. Safe at second with a stolen base. Swing and a miss. Full count now.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
So here we go again with the walks. It's been a real struggle finding the zone for him in the past. Now, even if they get out of this jam, these walks add pressure and stress to the entire team.
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
2 on, 1 out.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Well, Boog, early on in this one, having a hard time getting settled in. He's not showing control to throw strikes, and let alone to throw it where he wants in the strike zone. This could be a tough one for him.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. 1 out. Runners at first and second. And the next pitch is way outside.
Strike him out.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 2 out.
Batting fifth, the designated
Next
hitter,
is the designated
Will
hitter, Will Wagner. Inside, almost got him.
Aye. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dodgers.
Nope.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Come on, Los Angeles.
That misses the
balls,
zone.
1 strike.
Ball 3.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
And that one is lifted in the air. Pages moving under this one. Makes the grab, and that is that. And the Dodgers are coming up to hit. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound now, Kevin Gossman. Chris, how about a scouting report?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
And that one wrapped foul.
That's right, LA.
The shortstop takes the ball. Next pitch is outside. Top of the zone, and it's called a strike.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, low and away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Tommy Edman at the plate.
T-O-M, Tom time. Let's do it, Tom.
And that's in there for strike 1. One down, base is empty. To the right side, and that's a base hit.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Yeah, that's fouled off. Edman over at first with one away. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward. Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at-bat alive.
Just off the outside edge. And a count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Out to short.
Get on your horse!
Bichette whips it to first. And that is that. Dodgers go down quietly, scoreless after 1. Second inning set to go. Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with, and there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information, but the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there, and it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
Andres Jimenez,
0-1.
batting with 1 down, takes a strike. The other way. Throw on to Freeman, and a couple of quick outs. Two outs, base is empty. Now, Ernie Clement. Swing and a high fly ball. That's out to center. Edman snags it, and that's the 3rd out. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Come on, Hernandez.
That's a strike. It's 0-1. Just missed.
As a veteran out there on the bump, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
Fought off foul. The pitch. Outside.
Nope. Outside.
Now 2-2.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Oh, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. A dive, he's got it. Throws from the seat of his pants, and they get the out.
Cat-like reflexes on that one. Makes the dive, has to get up. Clean exchange to throw a strike across the diamond. And what a tremendous play.
Here's Max Muncy. And that's in there at the knees.
0-1's the count.
Two out, space is empty. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now it's the right fielder, Andy Pages. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2.
Come on, Dodgers!
Next
0-1.
pitch misses, and it's 1-1. And there's a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Muncy stands at second with 2 gone. And there's a ball. In the air, right field. Springer there makes the catch, and that is the inning. So the Dodgers leave 1. We'll move to the 3rd with no score. On to the 3rd inning, and now for the Jays, Nathan Lucas.
Nathan Lucas.
Ohtani back to work. That's a ball, went with the sweeper. And another ball. Next one misses. 3 balls, no strikes.
Go back home, Blue Jays. Fly home.
And there's the automatic. Next offering in there for a strike. Now 3-2.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
On the ground, right side. Takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Now batting, right fielder George Springer.
Here's George Springer. He reached on a walk his first time. High fly ball out to center field. Edman. And there are 2 outs.
Now batting, shortstop Bo Bichette.
And now the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Went down on strikes his first time through. The shortstop takes the ball. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Right side, Pajes.
That away.
Makes the catch, inning over. So they make short work of him there. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. We're tied 0-0. Back here at Chavez Ravine, the batter will be Michael Conforto.
Designated hitter, Michael Conforto.
Let's go, LA.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Lucas should have this one. And it's caught for the out.
Batting ninth, second baseman.
So up next, Hesung Kim.
Come on, Los Angeles.
In the air, out towards right center. And George makes the grab. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
So the batting order turns over. And here is Mookie Betts. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Headed towards the corner. And that is a foul ball. And it's strike 2.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
Still tied at 0, last of the third. And ring him up, says Patrick Johnson. That's a strikeout. Offense held in check there. On to inning number 4. No score. On to the 4th.
Leading off
And now for the
Blue
Jays,
Jays,
Anthony
left fielder,
Santander.
Anthony Santander.
Santander, an all-star a season ago, 30 years old now, and he was born in Venezuela. And there's the strike.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
And that one hit to first, and he takes it himself for the out.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. Swinging a foul out of play.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
And that's
No,
off
inside.
the inside edge. And now it's even 1-1.
Go back to Toronto, Blue Jays.
That's down and in.
Ball 2.
Swing.
That's ball 3.
The Jays hitless so far in the game.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Swung on, belted. Going back,
Get down, get down, get down.
reaching for it, and brings it in.
Outstanding catch right there, and I love the commitment that he showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
Wagner stands in now and watches strike 1. 4th inning underway, no score.
Ball, that's out.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Let's go, Dodgers.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Blue Jays go down in order. Still no score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the fourth, digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Tommy Edman. Swinging a foul straight back.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
And here's Freddie Freeman. Grounded out his first time. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. Out to short. Jump throw across his body. On the money. Nice play.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Seeing an impressive jump throw from the hole at short. Let's see what StatCast has to say.
Now he's just showing off out there. I mean, I don't know if fans realize how much arm strength you need to make that throw. This guy's got a rocket of an arm, and that was on full display right there. Just an awesome job.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
On the corner for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Dodgers down in order, and we are still scoreless. And we're back, ready now for the 5th inning. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. That one catches the corner for a strike.
Well, these Blue Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. You really can't pin it on one player because we've seen soft contact up and down this lineup. It's time to make some adjustments because this approach is just off.
Kim makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there, and I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat. The cause for these struggles is a little different for each guy. For some, it's timing, and for others, it's mechanics. Whatever it is, they need to start hitting the ball harder.
Jimenez in the box now. No balls and a strike. That one misses, and that is ball 1. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Out to center. Edman makes the grab for the 2nd out.
Now batting, third baseman,
Ernie Clement now at the plate. Fly to center his first time. Just missed.
1-0.
There's a strike. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. That misses the zone, and it's 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's go, Dodgers.
In the air, left field.
Let's go. There we go.
Brings it in for the 3rd out.
Here we go. Come on.
Halfway through this one, still no score. Bottom of the inning, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith.
Catcher, Will Smith.
Come on, LA.
Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field, way back there.
Come on, ball.
Makes the catch gliding onto the warning track.
Up next
Almost
for
a
the
loud start to
Dodgers,
the inning on that
third
first pitch,
baseman,
man. He's going to want that one back, no
Muncy.
doubt.
Here comes Max Muncy, doubled his first time. Just missed.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching all game long.
Come on, Dodgers.
Outside low, and that's ball 2.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
And another ball.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
All right, Dodgers. Woo.
That's in there. And the count is 3-1.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
And that's ball
Ball
4.
4. Take your base.
That works.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Andy
So digging in,
Paez.
Andy Pajes flied to right his first time.
Stay out of the double play.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Muncy, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning.
Ball 1.
In there at the knees. That is strike 2.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
That one to first. Dives, but it's off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. And they get it out of the play.
Now
This is what
batting
it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. And now here is Michael Conforto. Swing and a chopper out to short. Jump throw. The throw wide at first, and both runners are safe.
The effort was there with the jump throw. You gotta love it, but it just wasn't in time. Still a really impressive play just to get to that ball and make it close at first. And not every shortstop can even make that play.
Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it stays fair. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Dodgers.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here's Mookie Betts. That's a little high, and it's 1-0.
1, no strike.
Come on, Dodgers. Let's
Late swing fouled off. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Last half of inning number 5. And a swing and a miss.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
The shortstop takes the ball.
Let's go. Full count.
In the dirt.
Go, go, go.
Right side, hard hit. Whips it to first. And Betts is gone. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here at Dodger Stadium. Start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Nathan Lucas. Ohtani back to work. Hit in the air, left field. Hernandez settles underneath it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Little chopper rolls foul. The Blue Jays yet to pick up a hit here. Misses the sweeper.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Pitch misses there, and the count 1-2.
Punch him out.
That's a ball. Tried to attack with a sweeper.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Strike him out. Quick.
That's too low. 3-2 now.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
So 2 down now, and here is Bo Bichette. And takes low for ball 1. And that's through there for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground to third, Muncy. Fires over to first. And Bichette is retired. And that is the inning. So he's through 6 no-hit innings now. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Jays nothing. Back here in LA, now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman.
Dodgers.
First pitch, and he just misses.
Looking good, Dodgers.
And a big swing and a miss.
1-1.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Nope, that's a
Great take right there. Showed some really good discipline. Breaking ball coming in, you see it well, but don't trust that it's going to hang on for a strike. Nice job.
That one missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Swings and misses, and the count's full.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
No, that's foul.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Right through there, got him. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
And that one pulled foul. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Strike three, and that's
Now
two in a
batting
row.
Left fielder.
Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 2 in this one.
Come on, Dodger!
Right through there for a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's go, Los Angeles!
That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And it's gone. And they add on. It's 2-0.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Will Smith. Just missed. That one finds the zone, and the count even at 1. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Brendan Little, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Sandlin getting cranked up as well. That's off the mark. 2-1.
2-1.
He swings and fouls one off. And that is a good eye on a pitch down low. And now it's 3-2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Lucas on the move. He's got it, and that's the inning. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And it's 2-0 Dodgers. Major League Baseball is on the show. All set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Anthony Santander. And that one is inside ball one. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Lake Trinan, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Scott also getting ready. The 1-0. That's a strike. That one's in there, and that's strike two.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Ah, that hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Leading off for the Blue Jays,
Vladimir Guerrero
First baseman,
Jr.
Vladimir
next up for the Blue
Guerrero
Jays.
Jr.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Tying run at the plate. And that one fouled off. And he takes a strike. With the tying run at the plate, here in the top half of inning number 7. That one ripped. And out of here. It breaks up the no-no with a homer. And we have a tie ball game. It's 2-2.
Wow, what a clutch swing right there. And now anything can happen in this game. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Ohtani will depart, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching.
So the
for
Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Tanner
number
Scott.
66.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Wagner getting ready to hit. Hit on the ground to the right side. Freeman takes it himself. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Now batting, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays.
Get the out here.
Scott, 30 years old now. He joined the team as a free agent. And ball one.
Counts 1-0.
And that's outside.
Not showing great command so far in this at bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here or this could get ugly.
Now 3-0.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
That one finds the zone, and the count is 3-1. Still only one out here in the inning. Next offering in there for a strike. And now it's filled up 3-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Sit him down.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
Up next for the Blue Jays, second baseman
Here's Andres Jimenez.
Get two.
A little bit high. Ball 1.
Always tough to turn 2 on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn 2 quickly.
One away, tie game. Go ahead run stands at first. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
That pitch started in, and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
And it falls. And a go-ahead run into scoring position. One away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Breaking ball was in a decent spot down and in, but he did a really nice job getting to it before it tied him up. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Misses outside, 1-0. Two on, 1 out. And now 2-0.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And yes, he did. He went around. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
Nice work there to get the strikeout, and that's a big second out. I'll tell you, this home crowd will be fired up. They can get out of this and leave that go-ahead run stranded in scoring position. This is a big moment in this game.
So up next, Nathan Lucas. Tap foul at the plate. The 0-1. That's a little bit low. And that one fouled off.
Strike him out!
And that is downstairs. It's 2-2.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
And a swing and a miss. They miss a big chance to take the lead here late. The Jays get a pair on this homer. 2-2 game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Garcia.
Now pitching for Toronto, number 93, Jimmy Garcia.
Max Muncy at the dish.
For the Dodgers,
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
That's in there. Strike one.
You know, these Dodgers being a little too patient at the plate in this game. Sometimes it's a good thing, but today they're continuing to fall behind in the count, and that's adding a ton of pressure to their offense.
That misses, and it's a ball and a strike. On the ground, right side. Jimenez throw to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Andy Pajes.
Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Let's go, Dodgers!
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. That's the sweeper.
0-2.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. On the ground to third.
Get there.
Clement over to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, designated hitter Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto will climb in. 1 for 2. Swings and misses. That's strike one.
0-1's the count.
Ground ball, Vlad Jr.
What was that?
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the eighth. Blake Treinen.
Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 49, Blake Treinen.
Here's George Springer to start it off.
Right fielder, George Springer.
And fouled off. Swings through that one for strike two. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Kirby Yates, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Vesia getting loose as well.
Strike him out.
Got him swinging.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. In there, and it's 0-1. All tied up, and we're in the top of the eighth. Pitch misses there, and the count is 1-1. The shortstop takes the ball. Next offering way off the plate.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
Sit him down.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Next to hit, Anthony Santander. Off the mark there, and that's ball one.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count, just not able to square it up.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. Score remains 2-2.
Now pitching for
Back
Toronto,
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the eighth, Chad Green. Now it's the second baseman, Hesung Kim.
Now this guy, a player that if he gets on base has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Fly ball down the line. Springer racing after it. Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. Outside low. 1-1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Good eye in that spot.
That's a really good take.
Left, Joan.
Liner, and this could be trouble. In safely with a leadoff double. Go-ahead runs in scoring position.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
And now it's Mookie Betts. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go.
Right through there for a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Tommy Edman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 3.
Edman.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Man at second. Yeah, that's fouled off. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Let's go.
And a swing and a miss. The hat trick. And now 2 gone.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base, but job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
Here is Freddie Freeman. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
Freeman hits it in the air, and that is Springer. That is the inning.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at Chavez Ravine, we go to the 9th, and the batter now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Trying it back to work, and that's a little bit high. Ball 1. Just missed. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 3-2. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there. No doubt about it. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Lake Trinan out of the game, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching.
New arm out of the bullpen, Alex Vesia.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Now it's the DH, Will Wagner. 0 for 3 in this one. Nasty pitch right there. That's strike one.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. That's to third, and it stays fair. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in, and that's a double.
Wastes no time there. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
1 out, runner at second. Stepping in, Andres Jimenez. On the ground, right side. And that chance handled. Throws to first, 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Check swing, called strike. Action in the pen down there. Michael Grove looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Kopech, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Just missed. Up and in, and it's 2-1. Right through there for a strike. That one down the line. Tosses to first, and the inning is over. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back after this on the show. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Jeff Hoffman.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Leading off for the Dodgers, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
That one outside, and that's ball 1. Looking to get the tying run on base. Fought off foul.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and the count's even at 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him! A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Smith swings through it for strike 1.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Swing and a foul out of play. One down, base is empty. And that one a little below the knees. 1-2 to count. Got him swinging for the K. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
So last chance for the Dodgers. Now the third baseman, Max Muncy. Ripped, but it curls foul. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That misses, and the count even 1-1. Next offering misses down and away.
Oh, an interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
This could end it. Got him! And that is the ball game.
Well, you take a tie ball game into the 9th on the road, you know that you've got some work to do. You got to score, but then you've also got to get 3 outs in the bottom half of that inning. They did just that today. Very well played ball game. Get this win on the road. Everybody's happy with the W.
3-2 the final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. Coming to you live from Southern California, Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. And on the mound in this one, Shohei Ohtani. What do you have on him, Siggy?
He's got that splitter, and it's a pitch that swings and misses, come fast, and they come often. Very difficult to pick up out of his hand.
And the batter is George Springer.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, right fielder George Springer.
Come on, Showtime.
Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. That takes care of Springer. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit. Get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out. Mess up his timing. Somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get one pitch. You better not miss it.
Foul ball there. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Anthony Santander at the plate.
Come on, Showtime.
And a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Late on that fastball.
He's looking pretty sharp to start the ball game. He's got that good fastball working early.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Down in order go the Blue Jays. The Dodgers coming up, and we are scoreless. You're dialed into the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and pitching here today, Kevin Gossman.
Very solid starters, able to repeat his mechanics on a consistent basis, which allows him to move through a lineup and get deep into a ball game.
Mookie Betts will get us started. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
Ball, that's in.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
And here comes Tommy Edman. And he grounds one to the right side. Guerrero the toss to first. And here this afternoon, 2 quickly away in the bottom of the first. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise.
Slings to first, and Freeman is retired. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Dodgers go down quietly, scoreless after one. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, and now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact, just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Swings through that one.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
0-2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. That misses, and the count is 1-2. And that's down and away.
2 strikes.
And delivers outside. And that's too high, ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
That's a tough one to swallow right there. If you're on the mound, you're ahead in the count 0-2, and you just couldn't find a way to put him away. It's going to be frustrating if that one comes back to bite him.
And here is Will Wagner. Just missed. Second inning here, no score.
Come on, let's get the ground ball.
Check swing, and he went. And the count 1-1. A little bit low. In for a strike, and the count is even 2-2.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
Inside 3-2 the count.
Come on, punch him out.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Nobody out, runner at first. Now one out to right. Pages on his way over. He's got it, and there's one down.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. Inside, and it hit him.
Ball got him right there. First base.
That's a scary one when it's riding up above the letters. Looked to me like he just tried to overthrow the fastball a little bit.
Here's Andres Jimenez. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Runners at first and second with one gone here at the top of the second. On the ground, could be 2. Off balance feet, there's 1. And he'll eat it and be happy with the out.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Ernie Clement digs in now.
In the grand scheme of things, this at-bat might not feel important because it's early, but it could create a domino effect for things to come. Control what you can here and have a strong at-bat.
And a strike
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
And there's a ball.
1 strike.
Guerrero on third. Jimenez at first. 2 out of the inning. Line drive. Base hit left field. And they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Big RBI for him right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
First and second, 2 outs. Nathan Lucas, the next to hit. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. First and second, 2 down.
All right, Dodgers. Woo!
Ball, that's out.
Let's go, Blue.
Ground
Nope,
ball right
foul
side and foul ball. 2 on, 2 outs.
2 balls.
In the dirt, blocked.
Sit him down.
And the right-hander deals. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the second. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez.
Hernandez.
First offering misses badly for ball 1. High fly ball down the left field line. Pops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
This sport can be such a game of inches as we see it right there. Extended and just out of his reach. Had a bad read and a bad jump, and I think that's what cost him. It turned into extra bases.
Runner in scoring position, no outs.
Let's go, Will.
Smith now at the plate. Out towards right center field. Lucas sizing this one up. Brings it in. Runner tags at second. And he makes it up to third with 1 away.
Batting 6th, third baseman, Max Muncy.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
You have to stay disciplined in these at-bats. Try not to chase. A strikeout here is the last thing you want.
That misses the zone, and it's 1-0.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Let's go, Funky Muncy.
And that is out of play. 1 away with a runner at third. Bottom half of inning number 2. And a count 1-2.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him swinging. Huge strikeout there.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third, 1 out, couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up, and that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason, and that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single. We're tied at 1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
2 outs, runner on first. And here is Michael Conforto. And a foul ball.
Ball game is still tied. They can get out of this inning with a tie game.
Pages, the runner at first with 2 gone. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
All you got to do is concentrate and execute this next pitch. Get yourself out of the jam, back into the dugout.
2 outs. Good job to fight that one off.
Come on, Dodgers, let's go!
Up the middle, and that one handled. Over to first, bang, bang play, and the inning is over. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, all even at 1 apiece. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's George Springer.
Right fielder, George Springer.
Ohtani back to work. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. And a big swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
A dive. Nice stop. Fires to first, and he gets him. Nicely done. That was an impressive diving stop. Singy, let's dive into the numbers. Statcast assemble.
Yeah, Boog, a really good effort just to get his glove to the ball. He found a way to do it and just produce a strong throw as well. So that right there is a great play all the way around. Just really smooth.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. That one's upstairs, ball 1. One out, base is empty.
Go back to Toronto, Blue Jays.
Late with the swing there.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Sit him down!
1 down, base is empty. Goes down looking.
Up next for the Blue
Anthony
Jays,
Santander
left fielder,
next up for the Blue Jays.
Santander.
Struck out looking his first time. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Tied up here in the early going. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Fights it off. He'll see another.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing better.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
All right, Dodgers.
Up the middle.
Come on.
Jump
come on.
throw. They get the out, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Still tied 1-1. Back here in LA as we go to the last of the third. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Hae-Sung Kim. Now this is in the air down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. That's inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one missing inside. Swings through that.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Here's the 2-2. Popped in the air, left field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. 1 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Mookie to hit. Struck out swinging his first time. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Right through there for a strike.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Right down the chute, 0-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
No, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. He's 0 for 1.
Come on, Dodger!
That clips the zone, and it's 0-1. Two down, nobody on. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up, hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Ball 1 there.
Well, this is the type of hitter you want up in this situation. Some sluggers coming up behind him. He's so good at moving runners, but also getting on base. See if he can be patient here.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. In the air, left field, down the line. And that's a fair ball. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. We played 3 full innings, and we're tied at 1. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Start of the 4th, and now Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And that misses. 1-0. Vladdy needs just 1 hit to reach 200 for the season.
Pretty impressive the year he's put together. 200 hits doesn't happen by accident. And there are some years nobody reaches 200 at all. Props to him for getting this far.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Here's a 1-1. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And they jump out front. It's 2-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
And next is the designated hitter, Will Wagner. slide to right his first time. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one. Wagner, 26 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Well struck right field. That's back. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And that's a double.
Now batting.
Got a fastball,
catcher,
middle of the plate,
Alejandro
jumped all
Kirk.
over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So up next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. That missed by a lot. Ball one. Man at second. That's outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Come on, Los Angeles.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Pages sizes this one up, nabs it. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Now batting, second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
And now for the Jays, Andres Jimenez. He's 0 for 1.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at third.
That was the sweeper, but it missed.
Go Dodgers.
Right through there for a strike. Wagner takes his lead at third with 1 away. Hit in the air, left field. Hernandez settles underneath it, drops into the glove. Runner tags from third to the plate, save, and they lead by 2.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
And now Ernie Clement, RBI single his last time up. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Edman in position. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Dodgers 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom 4, and now the first baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Lucas settles under it and makes the catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar.
And now Teoscar Hernandez doubled his first time up.
Let's go Dodgers.
And a slider in there for a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Outside low. And that is ball 1. Rip towards third. On to first. And Hernandez is out.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
Will Smith to the plate.
Let's go Dodgers.
At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Hit in the air, center field. Lucas settles under this one. He makes the grab, and that ends the inning. And we're back. We go to the top of the fifth, and now the center fielder, Nathan Lucas. Headed towards the corner. And it jumps the wall in foul territory for an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Ohtani will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.